Agenda 2030. As a successor framework for the Millennium Development Goals, the global community rolled out a bigger, deeper, and more encompassing framework called the Sustainable Development Goals, designed to transform our world, lift the poor out of poverty, as well as ensure inclusive and healthy society. On Agenda 2030, we take you on a media trip to the global destination of the future we want. With everyone on board, we focus on the people and their struggle, the civil society and their agitations, the government and her development effort, the Global Development Agenda, its 17 goals and 169 targets. We bring you all the deliberations, insightful conversations, and high-level partnerships on the road to global destination. Agenda 2030, showing on this channel. Agenda 2030, leaving no one behind.
It was a bountiful harvest in Borno on Wednesday, 26th and Thursday, 27th April 2023, as the Office of the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Sustainable Development Goals delivered a number of projects that could be described as President Muhammadu Buhari's delightful parting gifts for the internal displaced persons, IDPs, in the state. The projects, including 300 housing units, were inaugurated at the IDP camps in Goza and Nganzai local government over the 2 days by officials of OSSAP-SDGs, led by the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Sustainable Development Goals, Princess Adejoke Orelope-Adefulire, and Borno State government officials, led by Governor Professor Babagana Zulum, his deputy Usman Kadafo, as well as Senator Mohammed Ali Ndume, federal and state lawmakers, traditional and religious leaders, among others. In all, 10 projects delivered by OSSAP-SDGs were commissioned in Goza IDP's camp. The projects are 100 housing units internally displaced camps, a fully equipped 20-beds primary healthcare center, and a quarter for security operatives. The others are fully furnished blocks of 24 classrooms, a water scheme with reticulation, access roads, 500 poles of integrated solar street lights, and market with lock-up and open shops. For the use of the IDPs in Nganzai local government area and its environs, the Office of the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Sustainable Development Goals also inaugurated 200 housing units of 2-bedroom each as Skills Acquisition Center, a fully equipped 20-bed primary healthcare center, a mini sports stadium, community hall, and 4 blocks of 6 classrooms each. The other projects delivered in the area by OSSAP-SDGs are a water scheme complete with reticulation, access roads, and an integrated 400 solar pole street lights.
This is one of many interventions that is being delivered by our office all across the country, Nigeria, as our own intervention, little contribution to the development of our country, signaling the significant moment for the people of Borno State. Today we are here in this community in Gazi. We are commissioning the following projects with His Excellency the Governor, and we are handing over these projects to him today for the people of this community that were internally displaced. We have 200 number 2-bedroom houses. We have also skill acquisition center, because we believe that those people that will live in this camp will have to have a life skill development program to be able to generate income, to be self-reliant and self-developed, and be employer of labor themselves. We have also provided 20-bed primary healthcare center where treatment can be done, where children can be born, right from the gynecology to prenatal, antenatal, delivery, postnatal, immunization, and so on and so forth. And we carry out in this community, within this camp. It is pertinent to know that the building, the primary healthcare center, has been completed. We have here also a mini sports stadium for young men and women who are interested in sporting activities so that we can keep body, soul, and spirit together. We have community hall where the community will be meeting, discussing the progress and development of this camp and by extension this community. We also have completed and furnished 6 classroom blocks, making a total of 24 blocks of 24 classrooms for young people that will start education in this community. Also to say that water is life. We have provided water. Not only that we provided water, we have reticulated the water all around each of the houses so that we make it comfortable for them not to travel far to get water. Water is available and we want to add value and life to their lives. So in their comfort zone, in their houses, water is available. Also, we have all the access roads tarred. And you can see from the entrance that all the roads are fully tarred to provide some comfort for the residents. And when you look at all this, we have also provided solar power poles to brighten up the community so that it will not be too dark.
The intervention projects were in line with the objectives of identifying and implementing programs and projects capable of spurring rapid multi-sectorial growth and sustainable development in the Northeast region, as stated in the Northeast Stabilization and Development Master Plan (NESDMP). The project, as noted by Princess Adejoke Orelope-Adefulire while speaking at the commissioning and handing over in Nganzai, were a concrete demonstration of the commitment of President Buhari's administration to accelerate progress on the SDGs in Nigeria and particularly in Borno State by 2030.
Let me appreciate His Excellency, Mr. President, for providing an enabling environment for us and needed support, resources to enable us to work closely with the sub-national government to deliver key interventions as we fast-track the achievement of sustainable development goals in our dear country that we are all committed to. President of this country, our father and our leader, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, joined the world leaders during the 70th section of the United Nations General Assembly, specifically on the 25th of September 2015, to adopt the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. The 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development envisions a present and a future that is economically sustainable, socially inclusive, and environmentally resilient. This commitment is translated into 17 Sustainable Development Goals with 169 targets and 230 key performance indicators.
With dignified shelter for restoration of hope of insurgency victims as the aim, Princess Adejoke Orelope-Adefulire noted that the provision of decent and affordable housing is a fundamental human right as enshrined in the Sustainable Development Goal 11, which seeks to make cities and human settlements inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. The presidential aide also noted that the projects have spillover effects on other related sustainable development goals, including SDG 1, which seeks to end poverty, SDG 2, which seeks to end hunger and promote food security, SDG 3, which seeks to promote good health and well-being, SDG 4, which seeks to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education, and SDG 5, which seeks to achieve gender equality. The projects are also in line with SDG 6, which seeks to ensure access to clean water and sanitation. SDG 7, which seeks to ensure access to affordable and clean energy. SDG 8, which seeks to promote sustained, inclusive, and sustainable economic growth. And SDG 9, which seeks to promote resilient infrastructure and sustainable industrialization. The other cross-cutting goals the project will impact, according to Princess Orelope-Adefulire, are SDG 10, which seeks to reduce inequalities, SDG 13, which seeks to take urgent action to combat climate change and its impact, SDG 16, which seeks to promote peaceful and inclusive societies, SDG 17, which seeks to strengthen the means of implementation and revitalize the global partnership for sustainable development, while appreciating President Muhammadu Buhari for making the resources available for the strategic interventions. The presidential advisor also commended the Borno state government for working closely with OSSAP-SDGs for successful delivery of the projects.
Since 2010, the Northeast has been ravaged by insurgency, no doubt, taking an already fragile and poorly developed regional economy into spiral decline. Buhari administration acted decisively to tackle the challenges of insurgency, along with the government of Borno State and other critical stakeholders, to challenge the insurgency within the region and build more efficient and effective coalition with Nigerian neighbors against insurgency known as Boko Haram, while also fast-tracking development of the region in order to reverse the region decline and build a much more prosperous Northeast region as enshrined in the Northeast Stabilization and Development Master Plan, thereby ensuring Borno and other 5 states that made up of the zone become self-sufficient by 2030. Indeed, this intervention would have not been possible without the support of Borno State Governor for providing the enabling environment to deliver this landmark project. We appreciate the state officials for making this possible. We appreciate the former governor, who is now the vice president-elect, for his leadership.
Speaking during the inauguration of the project in Nganzai, Governor of Borno State, Babagana Zulum, commended President Muhammadu Buhari and OSSAP-SDGs for initiating the project, while noting that housing is a critical aspect for resettlement and rehabilitation process for communities affected by the insurgency. Governor Babagana Zulum noted that the project executed by OSSAP-SDGs in the state are the largest single intervention by any organization since the beginning of the insurgency in the state, adding that this will enhance the living condition of the people and also provide a sense of security and stability, while also reiterating his commitment to the resettlement and rehabilitation of communities affected by the insurgency.
For giving us peace in Borno State. Let me also use this opportunity to convey my deep appreciation to the President and Commander of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Buhari, for his continued support to the entire Northeastern sub-region. And most importantly, to the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Sustainable Development Goals, Dr. Adejoke, and in this his team for providing some key infrastructures in Borno State. What we are witnessing here is not only the commissioning of 200 housing units, but most importantly, the provision of affordable and efficient healthcare delivery system to the community of this community need not to be overemphasized. This clinic will not only serve the community, this community, which is the 200 housing estate, but will also extend services to the people of Nganzai local government area. Most importantly, the construction of the skill acquisition center will also address the key challenges of unemployment in its local government area, which is among the root causes of the insurgency. I also want to bring to a kind notice that the SDG office has also done a numerous projects, especially in the areas of water, not only in Nganzai, but also in Goza and other communities in Borno State, especially in southern Borno, where they have done quantum of road infrastructures. Indeed, the construction of schools, provision of skill acquisition centers, clinics, as well as water facilities will go a long way in addressing the key objectives of SDGs, especially that of eradicating hunger, reducing poverty, reducing illiteracy, providing affordable and quality water supply to the community.
Elated and unable to hide their joy, leaders and beneficiaries of the project showered encomiums on President Muhammadu Buhari and his aides. A traditional leader in the community, Engineer Baba Shehu Abubakar Garbai, commended the senior special assistant to the president for the idea behind the project. Garbai, who is the first son of the current Shehu of Borno, noted that the houses and other infrastructures will go a long way to provide succor for the IDPs in the area.
On behalf of good people of Nganzai, don't have the right terms to express our sincere thanks and appreciation to the Office of the Presidency through the Sustainable Development Goals for building such a modern edifice for our less privileged citizens of Nganzai. And to our good governor, the people's governor, Professor Babagana Umara Zulum, he is a leader who has his people at heart, who is always striving so hard to leave no stone unturned in the emancipation of his people in the shapeless of poverty, illiteracy, and underdevelopment.
Like Nganzai, indigents and residents of Goza local government area had a day earlier also been thrown into wide jubilations as the office of the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Sustainable Development Goals handed over 100 housing units of 2 bedrooms each and other social amenities for use by internally displaced persons in the camp. Goza has been one of the local government areas completely overrun by the attacks and terrors visited by the insurgents, leaving the communities in ruins and the people in despair. But the interventions by the office of the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Sustainable Development Goals is currently restoring hope and injecting life back into the communities as the country earnestly seeks to rebuild the hard-hit region. Speaking during the inauguration of the 100 housing units in Goza, Governor Zulum, who was represented by his deputy, Usman Kadafo, had also lauded the president for making resources available for facilitating access to decent and affordable homes for the vulnerable people in Borno. He noted that the project would help to tackle the challenges of housing and restore hope to the people in the state.
I want to thank the Sustainable Development Board for finding Goza suitable. And I mean, because Goza is one of the local governments that have suffered a lot in this insurgency period. And I believe these houses and other amenities built by SDG Goza will go a long way in our recovery process, and it will encourage our returnees to build resilience as they now settle back in their ancestral homes. So this project is really appreciated.
On her part, Princess Orelope-Adefulire reiterated that the project were, among other things, designed to support the 25-year-long Borno State Development Framework, as well as to engender steady, consistent and sustainable development in the state.
These houses have been specifically designed to provide dignified shelter and restore hope to the victims of insurgency in Borno State, especially in Goza. The construction of these houses is a testament to the commitment of our office towards fast-tracking the achievement of sustainable development goals in Nigeria, as well as vision of Borno State of 25-year development plan and 10-year strategic plan in Borno State that meets the aspiration of over 6 million Borno citizens and residents, aimed at laying solid foundation and ensuring steady, consistent and sustainable development in the state, so that by 2030 and going forward 2045, a secured, competitive, agri-based and commercial hub anchored on prosperous, dignified people and sustainable development will be achieved.
Remarks and commendations were also showered on the President and his aide, Princess Adejoke Orelope-Adefulire, and the management of the Office of the Senior Special Assistant to the President on SDGs, for delivering the project by Senator Ali Ndume, representing Borno South, Dr. Asabe Velita Bashir, the Director General of the National Center for Women Development, and Dr. Myro Mandara, the Special Advisor and Coordinator, Sustainable Development, Partnership and Humanitarian Support in Borno State.
What you have here, there is no organization that has put up a place like this for us besides the office of the ADZ. I want to thank you very much for that, and we pray, we continue to pray that God will reward you in His own way.
They say if you want something to be said, give it to the man. But if you want something to be done, give it to the woman. I'm sure this project that we see, if it were a man that is the SDG boss, this project would have taken 2 years. But because it is a woman, under 6 months. So this is the power of a woman. We are very active, and anytime we give an assignment, we do it diligently and we put in our best to see it to its conclusion. My sister, we are so proud of you. We are very happy to have you.
Agenda 2030. As a successor framework for the Millennium Development Goals, the global community rolled out a bigger, deeper, and more encompassing framework called the Sustainable Development Goals, designed to transform our world, lift the poor out of poverty, as well as ensure inclusive and healthy society. On Agenda 2030, we take you on a media trip to the global destination of the future we want. With everyone on board, we focus on the people and their struggle, the civil society and their agitations, the government and her development effort, the Global Development Agenda, its 17 goals and 169 targets. We bring you all the deliberations, insightful conversations and high-level partnerships on the road to global destination. Agenda 2030, showing on this channel. Agenda 2030, leaving no one behind.